Hey, how's it going, everyone? Brad Smith here with HylthLink, and I am connecting the top health experts worldwide. I'm here with another awesome health expert, Michelle, owner of LaTigresa Fitness. I know I butchered it, but I thought I'd try.
You did really well. La
Oh,
Tigresa.
okay, perfect. See, I knew you do much better than me with that. So, Michelle, how are you today? Thank you so much for joining me for this interview.
Thank you. I'm blessed and honored to be here with you.
Well, it sounds like you have a great fitness company. You're working throughout the world or United States. You're located in Miami. If you could, just tell the audience who Michelle is.
Who Michelle is. I am a person who's discovering myself every day. I'm someone who comes from a very difficult life, and I've been able to overcome that. And so, through my wisdom, I'm able to help other people discover really those hidden portions of themselves, and just to step into the pocket and align with their destiny and their purpose.
Okay, well, tell me kind of your story. And you said you grew up, it was trouble in the past. Tell me a little bit about that and how that led to you in the fitness industry.
Okay, great. Well, I grew up, I was born in Dominican Republic, and then my family ended up moving to a tiny little town in the middle of nowhere in northern British Columbia, Canada. So it's a place really where it's not only cold on the outside, but it makes you feel like you're cold and barren on the inside. Like there's no opportunities for you. Like you cannot become anybody because you are in the middle, like literally in the middle of nowhere. And I was always into fitness, always into the arts, and I never allowed my environment to determine the outcome of my life, what that would be. I ended up, I was, my family life was very, very difficult for me. There was a lot of abuse going on there, and I ended up moving out of my home at 14 years old. And I could have become a statistic, but I find that the presence of God in my life has really seen me through and allowed me to persevere. I became the youngest talent agent in Canada. I was a stunt woman, and always just found that I had a passion to expel this energy that I had within me, because I knew that I had this gift, but I didn't really know what it was. And so as I kept pulling things out, I kept discovering more about myself. The way that I got into the health industry was really it was a calling, because I didn't know that all of the things that were happening in my life were preparing me to be able to bring my knowledge, my wisdom, and just this vision that I have to the world and share it with other people. I call myself a
I'm going to stop
transformation.
you right there. You
Okay.
said you said stunt woman.
I'm sorry? Stunt woman.
You said that.
Yeah.
Well, tell me a little bit about that real quick before we get into the health industry. If I can stop you right there.
Okay, sure. Well, like I said, I've always been a very physical person, because I've always had so much energy inside of me, and I had to find a way to
Okay.
get that out, whether that be,
Yeah.
playing sports or dance, art, whatever it could be. I just had to get that out of me. And I was approached one day. I used to do extra work and just all types of things. That I would dance for big time DJs like DJ Tiesto, and do promo modeling, and I was a showgirl, so I had a little bit a taste of everything. And then I was approached to do a major motion picture with the actor. I'm not going to say her name, actually. I'm not even going
You
to
don't
say
have
the
to.
film, but
You just want to know the stunts you had to do.
yeah, I got to do some really cool stuff, actually. I learned capoeira for one film. Another film, I got to work with artificial intelligence, so they had robots, and it was just really cool. Um, but yeah, that's another little thing that I got to do.
Well, that's awesome. So you feel like, going through your whole life, you were kind of being prepared to get into the fitness industry and help others. So is that why you created your fitness business?
I mean, to be honest, I fell into this literally. God
Okay.
was always calling me to do this, and I always mention God because that is at the forefront of my business. I feel like um, training people's body and helping them with nutrition, it's a tool really, so that I can train something that is immaterial. There's something that you learn when you take physiology class, and you learn it is the internal forces that repel the effort of the external forces that act against them. So when we lift weights with our body, I really use that to show them how you can lift the weights from within you, because a lot of the times our body tells us things that we don't recognize are happening with us emotionally, spiritually, and mentally. So it's really about totality of fitness.
Yeah, we actually talked about that.
In our industry, holistic.
Holistic, there you go. Yeah, you and I talked about it before the interview, and it sounds like you do a whole lot more. You offer that full realm of health to somebody. Tell me a little bit about what you can offer somebody and how you work with them, all those different areas of the health.
Yeah, of course. Well, I mean, I like to say that I'm a jack of all trades and master of none. So I just give people what they need. I'm a giver. If they need to train their body, I have a very eclectic range of different types of movements that I do with my body, and then I bring that to them. Just really basically depends upon the need of the client. I do massage, and with nutrition, I go with them to the grocery store. I cook with them. I pray with them. I spend a lot of intimate time with my clients, as well as I have a systemic approach to things. So I'm also a writer. So I do provide my clients with a workbook that I want them to learn the method, and I want them to eventually be able to grow and expand upon that on their own. So I just give them the tools that they need, and for their body, for their mental health, and for their spiritual health, so that they can take their life to the next level.
You're just taking over that whole personalized approach, which is awesome. So you actually will go to the grocery store and help them cook then. I mean, that's incredible.
I mean, I want them to be educated in nutrition. I want them to know why they're putting it into their body. I want them to know the timing and things, because everything's about a rhythm. Life is a rhythm. And if you're out of beat, then you're not really gonna get to where you need to go.
Yeah, you also said you travel a lot, and you'll travel to these clients. Tell me a little bit about your range, and how exactly, if you go to their home, you go to their grocery store. Tell me how that works.
Well, I mean, if it's a client that's local, then it's great. My program, it's a 28-day cycle. So I teach them the method, and that's going to be the title of my book, The Method. Everything in life is cyclic. So I usually like my clients to commit to a 28-day cycle where I will spend at least 3 hours a day with them. And yeah, I will go to their house. I'll go through their pantry. I'll go through their refrigerator, and I'll let them know, you could be making better choices. I do very thorough health check before we begin a program, so that I can really devise something that's going to help them individually. It's not really a cookie cutter type of program. It's individualized to each person. But I am willing to travel, because I did work in the film industry. I have a lot of hands-on experience with actors and with, athletes. Sorry, my English is not that great. With athletes and things like that. And some of them, they really, I work with people who have a goal, and they're willing to do what it takes to meet that goal. And I want to go there to hold their hand. So yeah, I'll make myself available for that.
Well, I think it's great that you have the film industry in the past, and even right now, you've worked with athletes, and you've been an athlete before, if you probably still are. So, I think it's really good that you have that experience. So now it's a more personalized approach, and you know exactly what you should be doing with these potential clients or clients that you have. I think that's really great.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about a success story that you have, maybe somebody that you worked with in the past, or their success before or after working with you.
Well, I mean, as I was telling you before, a lot of the biggest successes that I've had, I haven't been on the clock. Because I think that, the best thing that you can do for somebody is to give them good advice. And I tell my clients all the time, you can't ingest my body, but you can ingest my words. And anybody who's good at anything that they do, it's through instruction, because it's through the word that you get the power. I like to feed the homeless a lot. So I think some of the most rewarding testimonials that I've gotten is from them. One homeless man, he was blind, and I took him to my house, and he spent the night, and he, took a shower and all of these things. And the next time that I saw the man, he was back on his feet. And sorry, I get emotional. And he ended up, changing his diet and getting a job, which was really difficult for a blind man. And he was older. And he said to me, you changed my life because you showed me that there are still people out there that care, and I think that in our industry, if you don't have that compassion, then it can't be effective.
I think that success story is great because it really has nothing to do with you being in the fitness industry. It just has to do with that full realm that you're offering people, mental, physical, and the holistic approach also, which is really great. If somebody really needs to change their life, they need to take action on every stage. So is that the 3 stages that you kind of focus on: holistic, mental, and physical?
Yeah, I teach physical, systemic, and spiritual health. And I mean, I could give you a story of a big name, but I'm very humble in my approach because I feel like everybody has a seed inside of them, and that can grow into an oak tree, and that's what it's about.
Yeah, that's awesome. Now I forgot to ask you. Let me step one way back. You said you go in and you look through their fridge and their cabinets. Now, will you actually go in there and throw things away?
I won't throw them away, no. They have to do that on their own. But what I will do is I will give them the motivation to do it themselves, But I just give them the knowledge. I think, wisdom comes through the experience, but knowledge comes through hearing, and hearing comes through the word. So if I can share with them my knowledge, then that gives them the tools to make better decisions for themselves.
Maybe they won't
even know, that what they're ingesting isn't doing them justice. It's not really going to be what is a word. It's not going to proliferate a healthy life.
Right. Yeah, maybe next time they're at the grocery store, they'll decide not to buy that because they'll remember you pointing that out to them that they shouldn't have that. So that's awesome. All right, what if somebody wants to work with you? What's the best way for them to start following you, seeing your work, seeing you working with others? What's the best way for someone to get a hold of you and find you?
I think definitely social media. We have this great outlet, which is the web, and we have that at our fingertips. Almost everybody has a smartphone. So definitely check out my Instagram and my Facebook posts. I share a lot of stuff for the general public on there. Check out my website. I'm going to be launching my new website soon with an online program that's going to be available to the masses. And look for my books coming soon. I think that's going to be a great tool for everybody to have. So
you have the 28-day program that you're going to have on the website. And then what's the name of the book again?
www.lacio. Sorry?
What's the name of the book going to be?
The Method. Accept it, endure it, return it. This is the method.
All right, so we'll keep our eye out for that, and we'll post all your links below the video. So if somebody wants to start following Michelle, I really want to encourage you to. You'll get some motivation and just see the really cool things that you're doing, not only in Miami, but also working with people around the world. Michelle, thank you so much for joining me for the interview, and we look forward to following you and keep connecting.
All right, you be blessed.